What would be the characteristic of good friends, and how many kind of good friends are there? What's so important of having good friends around us? Today we will take a look the real meaning of good friends through the lens of the Buddha. It is said the book that we read and the people that we hang out with will have a big impact into our life, and I couldn't agree more. When it's come to the good friends and its meanings, the Buddha himself give high emphasis on having good friends into our life. And one time, Venerable Ananda, which is his personal attendant, approached the Buddha, and he mentioned that having good friends in our life is considered half of the holy life. The Buddha said, Ananda, no, that is not true. Having good friends is account for the entire of our holy life. Meaning that when we have good friends, we hang out with them. These friends not only help us to, these kind of good friends not only bring us peace and happiness in this very lifetime, but they also help to secure the path of liberation or the path of peace and happiness in the long run. That is why the Buddha suggests all of us should make sure that we have good friends into our life, the more the merrier. And every time when I hear the word good friends, I reflect on one of the story that I learned from the Buddhist scripture, which is the story of two foremost disciples of the Buddha himself, the story about Sariputra and Maudhalyayana. These two young gentlemen, before they ordained, they become good friends at a young age. And without realizing that, they become friends for lifetime. So at the young age, they were looking for, both of them were born in the rich family, highly educated, have everything that a man need to have back then, but they were not satisfied about life. So they were curious about life and the meaning of life and how to live good life. So they decided to went out and search for the answer. Wherever they go together and learn from the same teacher, exchange the knowledge, have no secret, always there to support each other along the way in this spiritual journey. And one day they come to the point that, maybe we should separate to look for teacher. And one day they decided to be separated to find teacher. And they promised each other that if anybody find a good teacher and have a chance to listen to the right teaching, to answer the question about life and how to live good life, please make sure that we go find each other and let each other know about this knowledge, something that they both have been looking for. And that's happened when Sariputra met with one of the great monks, Venerable Assaji. He had a chance to listen to the right teaching from this Venerable. And at the end of that teaching, he achieved Sodapatthana. His mind is liberated. And right then, the first person that Sariputra think of is his friend, which is Maudhalyayana. He tried to locate him and share with him for the first time about the knowledge that he had learned from this great teacher. Maudhalyayana was so happy to receive the same level of wisdom with no secret whatsoever. Both of them later on have come to meet the Buddha and got themselves ordained, and later on they become the two foremost disciples of the Buddha, serving the Buddha for the rest of their life. So this is just a beautiful story. So if we reflect on this, having good friends is very significant. If you already have good friends, make sure you maintain that relationship. Do your best to look after your friends. But if you don't have one, then it's time to think about it and make sure that you find one, and make sure that you find more good friends into your life. So how do we know the friend that we hang out with is considered good friends? How many type or how many group or how many category of good friends out there? So the Buddha mentioned 4 types of good friends and their characteristics. Well, let's take a look at each 4 of them. The first group of good friends is called helper. As you can reflect on the name of this category, helper means someone who always there to help you. They come with 4 qualities. Start from the first one. So this kind of friends will be there for you whenever help is needed, and then they always give us more than we expect. Not only that, they always look after our family, wealth and possession. You don't have to worry about anything when you have them around. And when you are invulnerable or when you are at risk or in danger, these kind of friends will always there to stand by you, to support you, to help you to deal with all kind of problems in your life. And that is consider the first group of good friends, which is the helper. And the second group of good friends, it is called the friend who always endure with you in good and bad situation. They come with 4 qualities. The first one, these kind of friends, they will have no secret with you. They will openly share with you their secrets because they trust you. At the same time, whatever secret or your personal story that you share with them, this information will be safe. You know that you can trust them. They will not reveal your secret or the story that you don't want people to know. When you're in difficult situation, they will always be there for you. And the last quality is sometimes they can even die for you. In this particular group of friends, you may feel like, wow, it's quite extreme. How come someone would love to take a bullet for us? In the reality, there are some people like that. You maybe realize that this kind of person exists. People who love you so much, people who care about you so much, people who are willing to sacrifice their life, their happiness for your own happiness. And if you look deeper, you may find one of these friends. And if you find one of them, you are very fortunate. And the third kind of friends is called counselor or mentor. This kind of friends always there to give you a good advice. They come with 4 qualities as well. The first, they will restrain you from doing a bad thing. Second, they will always be there to point you toward the right action or right behavior. For those who never understand about the precept, who never make donation, who don't know about meditation, when you get to know them, they kind of slowly drag you down to this path to do more good action versus the bad action. And another quality is these kind of friends will be willing to give you advice and help you to adjust here and there. They will not afraid whether you're gonna get mad with him, with her or not, because they care for your well-being. So when the time is right, they will tell you what you need to be adjusted without being afraid that he might get the angriness in return. And the last quality is hanging out with these counselor friends or mentor friends. They will always point your life toward the wholesomeness. Something is bigger than just regular happiness, because life has more meaning than just making a living, having good life. There are some deeper dimension about the meaning of life. When we talk about spirituality, something is bigger than just making a living, born, work and die. So when you hang out with these kind of friends, they will point you toward the path of liberation, the path of have right understanding about the meaning of life. And this is the benefit of having friends as a counselor or having friends as a mentor. We will always get good advice from them, and then they will always there not only to give us the good advice, but they will walk with us along the path of peace and happiness. And the last group of good friends is called compassionate friends. They come with 4 qualities. These kind of friends, when you share with them sad story, when you have a hard time in your life, they're always there to listen to you attentively. They will not disturb you, just allowing you to share what you need to share. And they just sit there, even though they may not be able to give you advice right that moment, but they will be there as you need it. You just keep on telling how unhappy you are, what's happening into your life. They will not interrupt you, listen to you wholeheartedly. And the second quality is not only on the bad time or the bad story that you want to share, but when it's come to the good story, when you become successful, when you are happy with something, this kind of friend will be there to help you plan out for celebration, to help you, to cheer you up, to move forward into your life. And the third quality is when someone speaking ill on your behalf, someone gossiping on you, if this person happen to be there, he or her will defend on behalf of you to protect your credibility. And when someone praise you, talking good thing about you, this friend will be there to encourage them, to tell them how wonderful you are. So these are the 4 categories of good friends in the eyes of the Buddha. So in summary, having good friends into our life is very essential. Hang out with this kind of people will always bring value to our life and drive our life toward the wholesome path. Having them around will increase our energy, increase our happiness, reduce stress and reduce suffering. They will be there for us to inspiring us instead of expiring us. And that's the benefit of having good friends into our life. In summary, the Buddha mentioned 4 kinds of good friends: helper, friends who are always there in good and bad time, counselor friends or friend as a mentor, and the last group of good friends is compassionate friends. And the Buddha mentioned clearly, if you have found these kind of good friends, make sure you look after them well, just like the mother take good care of her child. This is very important to maintain this good relationship for a very long time.